royal enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a story about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle that is equal parts heartwarming and inspiring. Welcome to Throne Talk, your one-stop shop for all things royal, regal, and ridiculously interesting. Whether you're here for the drama, the heartfelt stories, or just to hang out, you've picked the perfect time to join. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Throne Talk is just getting started, and with your help, we'll make waves bigger than Harry's Netflix docuseries. Okay, now let's get into it. So, imagine this. California is experiencing devastating wildfires. It's a nightmare scenario. Families are being forced to leave their homes, firefighters are working non-stop, and communities are coming together to deal with this crisis. Now, amid all this chaos, who do we see stepping in to help? None other than Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Yep, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex rolled up their sleeves and got right into the thick of things, proving once again that their approach to life as non-working royals is anything but ordinary. Let's rewind a bit and set the stage. Wildfires have been raging across Southern California, leaving devastation in their wake. People have lost homes, pets, and precious belongings. It's one of those situations where every little bit of help matters. And in this case, help came in the form of a royal couple. Harry and Meghan didn't just sit back and donate money. Although they did do that through their Archwell Foundation, they actually showed up in person. And when I say showed up, I mean they showed up. First stop, the World Central Kitchen in Pasadena. Now, if you don't know, World Central Kitchen is an incredible organization that provides meals to people affected by disasters. They're like superheroes with aprons, swooping in with hot food and big smiles. Harry and Meghan joined the effort, helping to distribute meals to families who had been displaced by the wildfires. And let's just take a moment to imagine that scene. You're standing in line, probably stressed out, worried about what comes next, and then you see Meghan Markle handing out your food. Like what? Is this a royal gala or a disaster relief center? But here's the thing. Harry and Meghan weren't there for the fanfare. They were there because they genuinely care. Meghan, with her usual grace, spent time chatting with families, listening to their stories, and offering words of comfort. And Harry? Well, you know he's always down for some hands-on action. I wouldn't be surprised if he cracked a few dad jokes while handing out meals. Can you picture it? Harry holding out a plate and saying something like, "This is the royal special, extra love included." Now, let's talk about their approach because it's worth highlighting. They didn't arrive in flashy outfits or with an entourage the size of a football team. They came dressed casually, ready to work. That's the kind of thing that makes people say, okay, maybe they are just like us. Well, minus the royal titles and the Montecito mansion, of course. Speaking of their mansion, here's where things get even more interesting. Harry and Meghan didn't just help out at the relief center. They also opened up their home to friends and acquaintances who had to evacuate because of the fires. And let's be honest, this isn't your average spare bedroom setup. We're talking luxury on a level most of us can only dream of. Can you imagine crashing at their place and casually bumping into Archie or Lilibet in the hallway? Wild. But jokes aside, opening their home was a big deal. It shows how committed they are to supporting their community, not just with words, but with real tangible actions. And let's face it, there are plenty of people who could take a page out of their book. Helping your neighbor is one thing, but offering them a space in your mansion? That's next-level kindness. Now, if you're enjoying this so far, take a second to subscribe to Throne Talk. We're diving into stories like this every week, and I promise, it's always a mix of royal intrigue and heartfelt moments. Plus, you'll get to say you were here from the start. Okay, back to Harry and Meghan. Another thing I love about this story is how they used their Archwell Foundation to support the wildfire relief efforts. Archwell has been making waves ever since they launched it, focusing on initiatives that promote community, resilience, and kindness. Through monetary donations, they've been able to support organizations that are on the front lines of disaster relief. And while money can't solve everything, it sure does make a difference when it comes to things like food, shelter, and emergency resources. Let's take a second to appreciate how this all fits into their larger narrative. Harry and Meghan have been carving out their own path ever since stepping back as senior royals, and this is a prime example of how they're doing it. They're showing that you don't need to be part of the monarchy to make an impact. They're using their platform in a way that feels modern, relevant, and, most importantly, authentic. Now, of course, not everyone's a fan. There are always going to be critics who question their motives or call it a PR stunt. But honestly, does it matter? If someone's actions lead to people getting the help they need, why nitpick the intentions behind it? Whether you love them, hate them, or fall somewhere in between, you can't deny that their efforts are making a difference. And let's talk about the people they met. First responders, families, volunteers. Each one of them has their own story, their own struggles, and their own hopes. For them, having Harry and Meghan show up wasn't just about receiving help. It was about feeling seen, valued, and supported. Sometimes that's just as important as the material aid itself. Before we wrap up, let me share one last thought. Harry and Meghan's story is a reminder that no matter who you are, you can always find a way to give back. You don't need a title, a foundation, or a mansion. Although those things certainly help. All you need is the willingness to step up and do what you can, where you can. So, what do you think about Harry and Meghan's efforts? Are they redefining what it means to be modern royals, or do you think they still have something to prove? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'd love to hear from you. And while you're there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Throne Talk. This is just the beginning of our royal journey, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and remember, whether you're wearing a crown or just a hoodie, we all have the power to make a difference. Stay kind, stay curious, and stay tuned to Throne Talk. Until next time, take care.